Hello, this is the old man in the stories again, and today we're reading a short story. It's the last in the series of 6 stories, and this one is called A Moving Story. And it's about, I wrote it years ago for a little girl who had to move. And of course when you're little and you're moving, you have no idea, that you're moving not so far away. You're moving, that's all you know, and you're going to say goodbye to all your friends, and it can be tragic in the little mind at the time. So that's why I wrote this story. And when I'm finished with this story, since this is the last in our series, I'll talk a little bit about why I did this and the whole series. Okay, the moving story. One summer day, while the breezes blew and the flowers danced among the grass, a little girl, just a young and sweet little girl, who had lots of friends and playmates, found out that she was going to move far away from her home to a new home in another city. So she had to say goodbye to all her friends, which made her sad. In fact, she didn't like it much at all. She cried. She thought she might lose all her friends. But she had to go. Her family told her they were going to a happy place with lots of new friends. So she packed her favorite toys and her most pretty dresses and started saying goodbye to her friends. Until finally she visited the old lady who sold antiques down on the corner. The old lady asked, "Why are you so sad?" "I have to go away," she said. "Away?" said the old lady. "Away," answered the little girl. "Far away?" "Yes, far away." "Well, be sure to carry me in your heart," said the old lady, "and I'll carry you in mine." "How do I carry you in my heart?" asked the little girl. "Oh, it's very easy," said the old lady. "You just close your eyes, and there it is, a great big heart. And inside can be anything you want. All of your favorite things and everyone you love. Whenever you want them to be with you, they're there. I have a great many things in my heart," said the old lady. "Old friends and new friends, and places I've lived and loved, people I've loved, still love, and all sorts of things that have touched my life." "Will you put me in your heart?" asked the little girl. "Of course. In fact, you've been in there for quite some time." "Then you won't forget me," said the little girl. "Never," said the old lady. And so they said goodbye. And the little girl placed carefully in her heart all the things and all the friends that were dear to her, so that as she traveled and as she played in her new home and as she made new friends everywhere, she quite simply opened her heart and made room for everything in her world. She was never really lonely, for in her heart was the light of everything she loved. The end. Okay, thank you. This is from about 1973, this little book. Okay, I have, to sum up this story and all the stories, I have 3 poems, 3 songs, whatever you want to call them, and I'll read them to you now. This first one is Song of Songs. I ache for a moment of worth, that feeling it matters, I matter. No anvil to pound, or horses to shod, no damsel to save, but this one, the little girl in me, the precious one who could sing the song, dance the tune. My sword is rusty, the blood tired. Let the world lie unconquered. It's welding I would do, melting the no, the 1,000, 10,000, the uncountable no's, into a river of yes, that trickling together, coming together, flowing together, that torrent of knowing, the global warming of you and I, us and them, ripening to wine. Drunk in the sun, dancing the dance, singing the song, a chorus of telling ourselves it was worth it. Okay, and now, this is I wrote on here, Irish song. This was after a trip to Ireland, and I was writing this for some reason which escapes me now, but I'll read it today. Freedom Born. It's the name, I guess, of this song. Freedom Born. The tears, they are a-changing. One day, not like other days, the waters began to flow, the long winter over. Faith's blessed springtime lofted me above the frosted past. New trees now are growing, bold and luscious green, making even old soil young again. The child's eyes, now fresh with hope, remember not old wounds, and misspent tears are gone. A new story is being written across the faces of the young. 'Tis communion time for the willing, in an old land born new again. The Virgin treads the meadow, giving birth to you and me. Children of the light are born again today. This day, not like other days, the children's eyes are telling new tales across the land. The courage of starting over, of letting go the mystic past. Say that again. Of letting go the misty past. Clear light now is shining. The communion feast at last. We are just one together, coming home, so sure and fast. Since that was a song, maybe I should have sung that. But okay, one last one. And then I have a little something else there. This is called Marriage. And now I, bridegroom, yes, forever coupled, always in the wedding chamber, forge the canyons of my heart, looking, seeking artifacts of lost civilizations I have been. It is my great joy to find them, to tell them, yes, yes, the shards of your failure are enough. I, a reader of aching hearts, decipher your glyph. It reads a yes. Okay, now, okay. Yeah, I'm going to read 1 minute from this book in a minute. But I just want to say something about all of these stories. After one of the stories, I did my hands like this, and I said, most of us live in this perceptual world. I'm over here, you're over there, another one over there. We're all looking at each other. And I said that the idea behind these stories is to open these fingers and let in a little light. Right? And that light is coming from what is always surrounding us, which I call the always more, or if you will, God. And I also said at the time, I'm trying to keep this from being religious because I don't experience it as religious, but I do experience it as spiritual. And if you relax your mind and let it expand, there's always more. So I refer to that always more as God. If you go to, let's say in America you go to the Grand Canyon and you see this biggest hole that you've ever seen, and your jaw drops open and you say something like, ah. If you see a newborn baby, your jaw drops open. If you go to Africa and see the Victoria Falls, you go, ah. So when you're in a state of awe, this is an English word, awe, your jaw drops open. You're aware of something beyond your ability to hold it here. That's a state of awe. So, God, Buddha, Brahma, Yahweh, Father, Allah, Baha'u'llah, on and on. Most of the names for God cause us to open our mouth like this. So I'm not concerned with the names. I'm concerned with the attitude of, I don't know. It's more than I have here. That's what these stories attempt to be about. To let in that you don't know to help you. Because the collective awareness of the everything may know a little bit more about what you need to do next than you do in here, if you allow it to come in. That's what these stories are about. And yeah, I'll give you one brief other story. I said I had 6 stories. Here's the 7th story, a very brief one for you. It's the story of creation. It's the story of Adam and Eve. Okay, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, Adam, Eve, Adam, Eve. Okay, abstraction, dynamic, abstract, dynamic. It says in the Holy Bible, God created them male and female, abstract, dynamic. If you try to think of Adam and Eve as one person, and that person being you have the ability to be abstract and dynamic. Your problem will come is when you go dynamic and then you're afraid to go back abstract. You go dynamic, yeah, and you lock in. We'll go back to the story. Adam and Eve have eaten the apple, okay? God calls them, and instead of saying, oh, here we are. Here we are, we meaning one person. Adam is one person, that person being you. Okay, instead of saying, oh, I'm right here, they go boom and grab the fig leaf. And so here we are now, millions of years later, or thousands of years later, and we're all, and the answer is never going to be who's got the biggest one of these, but like this. So you get afraid to do this because you're afraid when I do this, I'm going to lose this. Well, no, you're not going to lose this. It's just going to transform to this. And it can come back to this anytime it wants. Abstract, dynamic. That is also what these stories are about. If there are problems like this, the answer is usually some form of letting go. Now, in our world, we have all kinds of processes, prayer, meditation, little meditation, letting go, relaxing. Yeah? To be aware of this abstract part of ourselves, which is who we are. We're not just dynamic, we're abstract as well. And if we can breathe in and breathe out, just like the universe is doing all the time, our life can be a lot better. We get locked like this and then we go head to head. That's a problem, whether it's in any, you can look around the world, religious ideas, nationalities, whatever. I won't go into all of that. But you're never going to get anywhere this way. Okay, that's what these stories are about. Okay, I'm going to read one more moment here. This is from a lovely book, A Course in Miracles. It's called A Course in Miracles. This is a very old copy. I think it's still, I think it's in print by Penguin, I think. But, okay, I'm just going to read one moment here. It says, "There is a light in you which cannot die, whose presence is so holy that the world is sanctified because of you. The light in you is what the universe longs to behold." The light in you is what the universe longs to behold. Now, who walks with me? Who walks with me? Who walks with me? This question should be asked 1,000 times a day, till certainty has ended doubting and established peace. Today, let doubting cease. God speaks for you in answering your question with these words: I walk with God in perfect holiness. I like the world. I like the world. I like my mind and all the minds which God created, one with me. We're all sharing one unbelievably large, infinite mind. We're all sharing it like a library book. We can each take 100% from it, and the mind still keeps going on. Time to join in. Thank you. Okay, so that's this series of stories. You can contact me on my homepage. I have never in my life sent an email. This is new for me. But I have the help of younger, brighter people that are going to help me with this. And so I look forward to hearing from you. And maybe I'll see you again. Thank you. It's been fun. Thank you. Okie dokie.